Welcome to Project Eden for Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we're starting this video out in space because what I want to do in this part is rebuild my capital vessel so that we can have an improved docking with the Scar Raider. And what you can see here is I've already started doing some changes just to try and save a little bit of time. And what I've actually done is deepened the hull of the original ship, because we no longer need to worry about landing on a planet, because this ship's never going to go back down on the planet. So what I've done is I've brought the lower hull down. I've also added a couple of extra thrusters on this side and kind of generally tidied up the hull a little bit. And I've also started the process of extending the rear of the ship back to create a larger platform for docking. And I think probably the first thing we need to do is come in the symmetry plane, put that on, make sure we turn off X and Y. I think that is it, isn't it? Yeah, we've got the symmetry plane in place. And as I say, what I want to do is extend out this way so that I can turn the hangars around so we can come in from the side. And then hopefully we'll extend the upper deck back as well. Now, if you watched the previous video, you'll be aware that I was speculating about moving the actual navigation deck up to this level here, and then putting a hangar deck behind for the HV. But I'm not sure if that's going to work. But I think the first thing I'm going to need to do is rebuild the back of the ship here. Now, I've been looking at these thrusters, and originally I was going to move them out, but I'm not so sure now. But I think we're going to start by... We got enough space in here, should do. So first thing we're going to do is take out the actual hangar deck. Just try and keep in the right orientation so that we can see how we can extend this. So we're going to retrieve this hangar deck. You can see we've got a slot up here. Let's just turn the light on as well. And what we'll do is we'll just take these out as well. These alien blocks, so that we've got the drop back of the roof here, and then I think we'll take out these as well on each side, like that. Got that one there. We'll probably need to blend this in, but I think at the moment we'll just stick with what we got. Because what we're going to need to do is, I've got quite a lot of hardened steel blocks, and I think I've also got some alien blocks should I need them. But just put in a kind of row down here. I'm thinking maybe take these out as well. Them out on both sides. You out at the top there. I take the top one out on the other side. Let me just take a quick look. I remember. Yeah, I think we got that there. And we'll just put a block in there. Put a line of blocks there. Could take these out, but these inner ones out. Let me just take those out as well. Just we could leave those in. Just take. I want a fairly wide entrance here, so that when we put the hangar decks on, they won't kind of include too much onto this area. Yeah, we need to take out that block there as well on that side. That on that side as well. Could do this in alien blocks. Was this? No, I think we'll just stick with water box. You out like that. How deep? I think the hangar deck is full depth, isn't it? So another blocks like that. Break that out like that. I think that doesn't look too bad actually with the thrusters there. And then I think I've made another hangar deck, so put that in. And then want 9x5 again, like is my favourite. Just love placing hangar decks. We got the 2 hangar decks there. Means we're gonna have to extend the back of the ship out a little bit further. We got the 2 hangar decks in. I think that will work from that perspective. So we're probably gonna need. Let me just come in here. Oh, we got some capital vessel box, not loot box constructor out. I think there we are. I don't think. Oh, we got all 557 in there. That's good. This makes life a little bit easier. Hook you to there. I'm gonna take the. We need at least about 2, 3, 4. Oops. Fingers twitch. And we'll just extend like that. That will come out. Because I want to make a slight. Actually, it's come out one more line. Like that. Because when you put in side hangers, you want to have enough space in here. So if you want to turn the ship round before you put it into the docking area. Also, if you put a small pocket in here, a ship like the Silver Shade Light here could be parked up in here as well. And yeah, I think we're going to be okay with the solid blocks. So just extend the ship back. We'll just keep the. One of the nice things about building in space is that you don't have to worry too much about size and things like that, especially if you're not intending for the ship to ever land on a planet. The other side, easy. You can come out. Go on, Gabe, you can do it. So we've now got this out here. Of course, we have to put in the main floor. We'll just extend this back like this. Keep extending it. We go through a lot of blocks, but that's the way it is. And we'll just come out back this far. And maybe not quite so far this time with these. And then we'll put the half blocks on. Again, we just won't come back the full distance. Make sure everything is on that side. And then we got this kind of active feeding there. I think we can do that actually. It's just oops. Bring this back. Going back this way. Then we can put the really small piece in one, the super thin one there. to a stop there because I'm not sure about whether how I want to shape the front here. We could make the hangar extra a little bit higher with respect to the, because I want to go up a level with these alien blocks. Work it's back over like that. In fact, we're back like that, and if I actually we'll come back one more layer like that, and then that means that I can put in a little half block here, and then we can that hides the alien block and also gives a bit of structure there. And then if we plan this in here now. Oops. And what this does is completely open this hangar deck for whatever we want to do. And then we can, oops, I don't want that. Pick this up. More blocks this way. I think that will. And what we can do now is start to bring the rear of the ship in. So we kind of almost doubled the hangar capacity. Now the next thing I would like to do is we're going to take off the feed the cannons on each side. And then we'll take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. And we'll do exactly the same on this side. What I want to do is put retractable cannons into here. So, yeah, I'm not sure if it will be okay. Let me just. Where's the? I think that's the ones we need. The reason I'm putting retractable turrets in here, I think someone suggested quite some time ago that if I put retractable turrets in, when I'm docking, I can retract the turrets away. And I'm just gonna, I think I do want to go up and double up this deck, so we're gonna retrieve this one as well. Although strictly speaking, that this ship, because it's only going to hang around these suns, and I've never ever encountered hostiles whilst I've actually done that, it's a possibility that this ship won't actually need defenses, but I don't want it to be left completely indefensible. Just take off those, and we're back over here. Take out these as well. But now, let me. I can't remember, where did I put the texture tool? I can't even remember where it is. There's the texture tool. I'm gonna have to put it on my toolbar so that can go there. Open this up. Just want to see what textures we can get for the alien blocks. Got those. Change the color a little bit. Wish there was a few more different textures. I suppose we could create a black landing deck like that. Or have something like that. We'll just see. Or maybe we can just go for something that looks slightly flowery. You'd have thought at the very least we'd have a texture that... Actually, I like... Maybe that would be... We can just experiment with the colours a little bit. Now, that I could live with. Let me just... Because that would give me a nice contrast to the... And what I could do is insert hardened or combat steel blocks into the overall frame to give it a bit of a surface texture that way. Actually, the nice thing about the symmetry plane is that you need to do one side and then you've got everything done on that side. Yeah, I think that will work. So what we're going to do is go back to building supplies. There we go. Because of course alien blocks are actually lighter and got more expensive. We're gonna have an armored deck. Wanna come forward. Way out like that. Gotta spin it back a little bit like that. If I come to about there, I have to take off something like these two or these blocks here. I have to do something about the thrusters as well, but I think we can do something about them. We'll just take those out. Now this has got a 2-step slope up. We could leave that in there and work you through alien blocks like that. Bring you up, say about there. You can come in there. Ah, up in there. Oops, I've just created 2 stacks of... It was a bit spooky. We'll get rid of you. And of course, when you have the symmetry plane on, you duplicate your mistakes. And the fix always takes 2. Maybe we'll work from this side. So that gives me a kind of width there. Take out these boxes as well. We're going to need to take the ship this upper deck backwards as well. So need to take out you, like that. We've got this landing area here. I think we're the easiest way is if I take these. Oh, these are ordinary thrusters, aren't they? But we've got. Can I take out two below, like that. So we take that out, that one out, that one out. That already drops down over the top there. Let me just see. We should have a great big pile of medium thrusters as well. We can upgrade the ship to. I didn't need to take the lower blocks out today. Okay, that's fine. If I got any ordinary steel blocks, just pad out the inner core with down the bottom with ordinary steel blocks. Oh, this side's okay. And we're put 1, 2, 3 like that along the side of the ship. Back to those. Put in you there. Put you there. You there. That kind of blends this in, so if we take out this one here, that on each side, then what we can get is this V shape coming up properly across the ship. Go group, then we'll turn the thrusters off. I don't think the thrusters actually consume fuel when they're doing nothing, but the glare can be a little bit irritating. So let me just get us right back round, orientated properly. So we got that block comes up to that block, which comes up to that block. And there, let me just see. If we put one of these in here, we'll end up with an angle through there. Let me just see if we can get that in there. Trouble's always finding the one that. And let me just see. Right, guys, this block's proving a little bit of a pain to get into position. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to carry on fleshing out the internal surface here. Actually, we got a little bit of a block here, which we could put in. What am I looking for this time? Might be it. We just flip that. So it's that point up. No. One more. It's not a half block. This is a full cut off. I want the half block version. Is that it? We got a half block in there like that, which fits across there. I put in another half block there, another half block there. And take that way, and we'll have to take that out there like that. That brings the ship down to this point using a series of kind of half block inserts. I'm not sure that what I really need is the full depth version of that, which I can never ever find. Let me just take a look. Done it. And that's still got the little bit there. It doesn't go all the way to the ground. I think that might be it. Yep. We've got this one in here. For some reason it's telling me the ship's shields are on. I'm seeing no idea why the ship suddenly decided to put its shields on, but maybe it's just me. I clicked in the wrong place. And that brings that into there. we can put a full size block in there. That kind of merges in this upper bit here. If we go back to there, that can go there. Get that bit on that corner there as well. And then we can merge in a block there. Block there. Block there, block there. Hopefully this is looking exactly the same on this side. Looks like I've got a problem here. Obviously I didn't take the block out. Isn't that fun, but I can fix that later on. So that's just a corner bit. And then here we need a sized block to merge that in that side there. That, and all we need is the and that's not the one I'm looking for. That one. That kind of brings the front part of the whole together. I won't worry too much about texturing it. And then what I need to put in here is a half ramp in there. And that gives a kind of walk-through section up into here. And still thinking about a cockpit. I think where the cockpit will just depend on how well we do back here. I think we are going to go with just keep using up the going to use up a lot of blocks. Could have kept more. Oops, I think I flipped the game. Need to keep an eye on my oxygen as well. Be a bit ironic if I die from oxygen starvation out in here. There. I think we will come with these. Put one in there as well. We've still got a few more blocks, so we'll just keep using these up until such time as we've run out. There's part of me that would like to keep this ship's quite wide, so we're going to need. Oops, we need to take those out. So miss those bits. I have the same problem on this side now. This side's actually built incorrectly. So there. Part of me says that I'd like to bring this a bit wider to get rid of the boxy type look as well. Probably the best way now is kind of measure things up a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll just there and treat the thrusters, and then we're going to get into the Scar Raider and see if we can, how well we can. I mean, we can't dock because we've got the hover tank and everything else in there, but we can try it for size and just land on it and see how it goes. Turn the thrusters on. That's a true. That's a point, isn't it? Never occurred to me like that. You'd actually use the symmetry plane to help you with the docking. We're gonna drop forward a bit. Ship kind of plunked that back at the stern there. Let me just see. Let me just. Just going to take a quick look. I think this position of the symmetry plane is a little bit off, but that's okay. So this is just testing. Where is the hatchway? There's a little bit too much going on at the moment. This landing gear's tractable. Let me just check. So we went back, say, another 10 blocks. That would give us a very good landing point. And then the ship would actually tip over, would it? A little bit longer than I was hoping for. We got 2 sets of guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So effectively the width across here is 11. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 12. I think we got the width if I can get it, but we can always extend it a little bit by putting out a support on each side. We just need to get the length now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it, to be honest. We'll just keep using up we'll just keep using up these for the moment. We got no more for the top deck. Probably get another 3 layers out. That would be it. Oh no, we got 65. So we're effectively putting, just double check that. This should be 52. Yeah. Oops. We go one more. I say the ship is getting a little bit bigger than originally intended, but I think that's the nature. I mean, we could always put some kind of extra thrusters on the. Well, I was going to put extra thrusters on it anyway, so we can. I think if we come back more like that, we can get shape in here that matches that shape actually. So we can, yeah, I think that will work. So if we come in here, pick out you there, leave that block there. Actually, no, we'll mimic this on this side, so there's a sense of symmetry. So take out there. Right. So, whoops. Top tip: don't take that off as well. Put a block there, come back, block there. So we've got a kind of enclosed area here. Just like that. And I think of the way that we could. Well, let me just go. We can do something similar there as a landing pad. As a blend in, whoops, we're put one of these in here. 1, 2. Or something like that. You could do something about this block later on. And we could actually go to. Actually, yeah. Sorry, we have to take all this off again. Let me take you off here. To the other side. That. We will take this block out as well. We'll do the same on this side. And we'll take out all these here. And just leave an inner layer. Take that out. And that out. Layer of blocks like that. Actually, we're going to double it like that. I then need to put in I think if we can blend in this section like that. Get a little bit turned around. And then do we have anything that comes out flat like that but doesn't come exactly to a point? I think that's, yeah, I like that. That would give me a band to work with there. So we need a similar effect to what we got here. We could take this block out like that on this side. And this side. We need here. Down. I think this one's got the slight ridge line on it. So, that might be a little bit too much. Go straight to the. That would be. I think that will work. Then we need the block. Which block are we looking for now? Just love these blocks. On that one. Here's that one. We'll just rotate this one in. Get you on there. We're going to need to take these out underneath as well, because these don't fit now. So take you out just like that. Take you out on the other side as well, underneath. Right. Running out of oxygen, but we'll be okay just for the moment. Oops, two. A block there, block there, block there. We could put in a kind of block like that. There. That will kind of fill in that area. Whoops. That will fill in that area there. Then we can join that across from that point there, blend this in. This blends into this section. That gives a kind of an indent joint there, which I quite like. I mean, this is a little bit chunky on this corner here, but I think that's okay. As I say, it's not like these are going to be fighting massively. Yep, thank you again. I think that will work. So I'm going to bring this back. Oops, don't want that. Carry on with this theme out like the whoops. That we cover this bit here. Never knew that. I never knew you could actually put a block on the front of a hangar door. Interesting. So we've now got the entry there. As I say, we can do something about here. And then I'm just going to get some oxygen. We got a massive inner hangar deck now. But truthfully, we might actually need it because we could end up storing all sorts of ships here in the long term. Or theoretically could. What are you doing there? Where did you come from? This is probably one stuck there as well. You out? Now, we probably come back far enough. Maybe. Actually, I think what we can do now is start. I mean, could we have a tapered rear to the ship? So we've got to come back a long way. We could come up like that, create a kind of arch effect. Yeah, I think what we'll do is come back one more layer like that. We're not going to bring up this bit. Oops. We'll blend that in later on. And we'll come up a few more lines like that. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 back. We may want to go into the front of the ship, so leave a potential entrance here, and then we'll seal off this section with an interior bulkhead. That. Sometimes this game can be a bit annoying. So that kind of brings that down to that level there. I'd be really interested to see whether we could actually land the ship on this platform. I think I'm going to give it a go. Or another go at some docking. Thrusters are still on. Just line the ship up on the symmetry plane. A little bit of look-see. The ship down. Do a little smidge further forward. See if we can get, for measurement purposes, get the ship. Turn that off. Well, we're not far off, but just slightly off, but we can't expect a precision land, so we'll just come here. That's good. I like that. And that actually comes out to that position there. How much room have we got in the front with the bow? Yeah, we got a little bit still on the front. Yeah, we could use. We could probably replace some of these and put some turrets back in again, retractable turrets. That leaves a little bit of space up front, so I think we've got the length now for the ship to dock prop. So for this, what this means is the Scar will be able to dock properly. And more importantly, we could turn the Scar around. You can see that the ramps have opened up. So that means that we could put the we can certainly put the hover tank on here somehow. I mean, there is the possibility of a little bit more space at the front here. We could put in something that will fill that, and we could put in something here that will fulfill that requirement. I'm also aware that I'm actually starting to run out of time on this video, so I think what we'll do is we'll just take a look at the rear end here, and actually something I want to take a look at. Here we actually got 3 large thrusters. Let me just see what they will look like on the back here. I mean, for argument's sake, make the ship look truly intergalactic by putting 3 large, really big thrusters on the back here. I mean, it's a little bit, and the trouble is they're even. Actually, what we might do is put 2 kind of large thrusters on there like that. But what's it? We got. So really, we need 2 more down. Let me just do that. So I think we're going to take the back of the ship here. So if we go 1, 2, 1, that drops down to there. The thrusters are 2 by 2. So I think if we keep them pretty close on the center line like that, we've got 2 large thrusters on the back here. Just fill these in. Kind of give them plenty of protection block-wise. To come out like that. Encase them so that they're fully protected. Nothing worse than losing your thrusters in the middle of a battle. How did I do the thrusters? Something similar there. We can come in like that. So we got 2 large thrusters on the back, which kind of fills up this space here. It gives me some extra space here for other things. In fact, we're blocks across there. That effectively gives us the rear of the ship, and probably just go through so many blocks. But we got loads of steel plates and titanium plates and all other bits and pieces. In fact, right. So there's no point worrying about that. I think just for the fun of it, we'll put. Oops, no. We'll put. Yeah, I think if we stick, and then we've got a few alien block. Oh, oops. And then we can need a couple more alien blocks to get the symmetry. Let's get rid of that. In fact, I've just had a thought. Just to wind the video up, we're going to jump into get the scar off the top so I can actually see what I'm doing. We'll just jump into here, down here. Yep, I know. Okay. Thrusters off. Just jump out here. I've just had a thought. If I get back, well, we're a little bit far away from the ship. A little bit further than I thought it would be, but that's okay. Yeah, I've just had a bit of a weird idea, but take out. Lost the logistics, didn't I? Okay, no problem. That up. Got 80 hardened steel blocks. That's good. Don't think we actually need the symmetry plate now, so we'll just turn that off as well. What we're going to do is create a kind of a ability to put a textured landing strip up the center of the ship here. So we'll just come through here. Take this out like that. That out. course, below is the original deck. Just confirming the center line. That comes to there. And we can fill this into class 2 in. That really emphasizes the center line, which should make docking a little bit easier. And we can work in a few patterns here. And what we'll do is just to emphasize the... I mean, there's no reason why the ship needs to taper. We can put in you there. I mean, sometimes it's easier to overbuild and then kind of sculpt the ship back in again afterwards than trying to not that there. Of course, I've got no symmetry plane on, but that's okay. And we'll just kind of start to emphasize the cutback like that. So that gives me the really top flat landing deck for the CV. We can bring this back, and then possibly we could start shaping this in a bit to deal with the thrusters that are at the back here. We could possibly even bring the thrusters back a little bit further and give the ship a little bit more shape at this end. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, what I'll do is I'll continue working a little bit on the ship off camera, but in the next part we'll go out and do some exploration. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.